there's this one time I saw something. I don't know how to describe it as anything other than a skinwalker. Um, so yeah, we'll just say that's what it was. So it's like civil twilight, right? So like the sun has set and it's getting dark as fuck fast, right? And I'm out, um, like walking. I'm entertaining my children. They're little. One of them is in a stroller, and the other one is like they could both get in the stroller, but the other one I think was walking at the time, like beside me. Um, but yeah, we could put them both in the stroller. It was big enough. It would, not a problem. But we're so like the neighborhood is up against state land that goes for miles. It doesn't now. There's like a school there now. Um, but at the time, it was just empty ass state land. Desert. Desert. Fucking hell. I took cough medicine and I'm still like, oh, anyway. Yeah. So there's just like big open desert area. It's like creosote scrub kind of stuff. And I would go out there all the time. You know. I knew I could tell where I was just by the plants that were around me. Like I knew the area that well out there. But we're technically still in the neighborhood. Like there's kind of like a path that goes around to the outside, so it like comes like right up to the fence um, on both sides. Uh, and there's this house at the corner, the back corner there. So it's like the furthest away from any roads or anything. And like the way that everything's set up, the house is kind of down a little bit from where the walkway is. Not a whole lot, maybe just like a few feet, maybe 4 or 5 feet. Um, but there's a little bit of an elevation drop. So for privacy, this house has a very high wall. Um, it's probably it's probably about 8 feet because I'm just over 6 feet, and if I walked up to this wall, there was a good, like maybe my fingers could come up over the top of the wall. It was a very tall wall, and to my knowledge, this house did not have dogs, which is important. Um, and I walk by it almost every day. I would just because I would go out there, I would go out walking, and I kind of had like a big, like several mile route that it would just kind of like go around the neighborhood and then just wander off into the state land. You know? And there are interesting things I found out there, but so I was familiar with this corner house, and so as we're coming on the path to this side of me, to the left side, there's uh, a barbed wire fence that is probably it's chest height, solid 4.5 foot tall barbed wire fence, and like I can't get over through it. And then on the other side is the this corner house, and it's dark. It's not black. The sky is still that kind of like bluish purple with kind of like where the sun has just set. You got kind of like a rosy pink uh, kind of thing going on. But it's getting dark fast, right? By the time we get down to the nearest anything, uh, just a few houses down, it's going to be almost black. Like, night is falling fast, and I just, for some reason, I'm telling my kids what a skinwalker is at this particular moment, and I look over at this house, like I'm just kind of like surveying the area and just kind of describing things in the terrain and like what a skinwalker would do, and there's barking comes from this, um, but it's like coyote barking, comes from this backyard. It's like weird barking. It's, you know, like how coyotes sound like they never quite hit puberty. It was kind of like that, but I wouldn't say it was a coyote, but it was, it was like that. And so like this definitely gets my attention, and I kind of look, and this guy just like appears, just like he jumps in a single motion, just like appears and comes up over the wall and down, like this 8 foot wall. Just boom. And there's no like he crashes to the ground and like catches himself with his hands like he just fell 8 feet. He lands like like he just jumped off of maybe like 2 steps. You know, like there's a little bit of a like recoil, but and not an appropriate amount of recoil. It's weird. So there's this weird coyote sound, and then like a few seconds later, this dude just like clears the wall in one move. He doesn't like, we're right there, just like a few feet away. Doesn't look at us. I There's no way he couldn't see you out of its peripheral view. Like, we're that close. And he just comes like right past us. And like steps over that 4 foot barbed wire fence. Like, he didn't touch it with his hands. He just kind of like did this little hop and stepped over it, like a like bloop kind of thing. Like, what? And just keeps walking in a straight line into the desert. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to explain that. It was the weirdest goddamn thing. Right? I just happened to be describing to my kids what a skinwalker is. Like right before that. And then this weird, seemingly physically impossible thing happens with this like creepy guy who makes no eye contact, nothing. Comes within 10 feet of us as he's walking. Just goes right past us and just disappears into the desert. And the direction that he's going in the desert is like, got this set line that he's going in. And I've been out there and I know what's out there. There's nothing for miles. For absolute miles. There's nothing in that direction. Of any note. There's, like, if it's a normal ass person, there's nothing for a normal ass person out in that direction for at least 5 miles. And you're choosing to do this right as it's getting like black. That's an interesting choice. And I watched him long enough that he disappeared in the scrub. Like, he went along that same straight line pretty far before I lost sight of him. So, yeah, I don't know how to describe this other than the kind of story that would make you believe in things like skinwalkers. Because he moved like an animal. He moved like a really fit coyote. how a coyote might be able to clear obstacles like this, or a bobcat. A bobcat could clear that wall. Not much else in the area could clear that wall. That was crazy. Like he didn't like climb up onto the top of the wall and then down. He just like appeared and came up, like he jumped. And the landing was, he stuck that landing flawlessly and just immediately was walking. It's insane. It's like something you would see in like a Marvel movie or something where like they edit it in a way where the physics doesn't even look right. It's like, what? How? What? That doesn't look, how? What? And then it just without even pausing, just clears the, like it didn't even slow him down. The barbed wire fence. Like he did not slow down. Just kept walking at the same casual pace. It was insane. I've never seen anything like this. Like, if dude was a normal dude, he wasn't a normal dude because he was a goddamn Olympic athlete. Right? Like, something, there's something happening there.